Hey there, what's up?
All right, so Maya, now we're gonna do our first collaboration reaction, and it's a song from a band that I love, and I've obviously seen this before, but it's gonna be fun to do it with you. And it's Queen at Live Aid doing Bohemian Rhapsody slash Radio Gaga. So, what do you know about this before we start the reaction?
Well, now we're starting with a heavy hitter. Queen is basically the gold standard for stage presence. That Live Aid performance is legendary because it's often cited as the greatest live show in rock history. They just had the whole stadium in the palm of their hand. Are you in the mood for the operatic chaos of Bohemian Rhapsody or the beat of Radio Gaga?
Yes, I am. But is there anything that you might know that the audience might not know about Bohemian Rhapsody or Radio Gaga on Live Aid?
Let me dig for some gems. That show was basically a masterclass in how to command a massive crowd. And get this, they weren't even originally scheduled to play. Bob Geldof actually thought their popularity had dipped. Imagine that. Also, during Radio Gaga, that iconic synchronized clapping from the crowd wasn't staged. It was just totally spontaneous. Plus, Freddie did that insane sustained note after that, which people literally call the note heard round the world. Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, so basically, Bob Geldof didn't even intend to have Queen on. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. He figured they were past their prime or something. It's kind of hilarious that the one thing he's probably most remembered for in terms of the lineup is the show that almost didn't happen.
Interesting, very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna start the reaction now, so you can zero out until I call you back.
Got it. I'm zeroed out. I'll be waiting for you to bring me back.
Okay.
I'm all set.
All right. So, by the way, this is, the first attempt at doing this, and we're going to see how it turns out. But I'm going to give you my thoughts on this and then ask Maya whatever that I will ask Maya, and then give a conclusion and stuff like that after. So let's go.
Still with me?
Yeah, zero out, Maya.
Understood. I'm gone.
Her mouth is reacting to the piano.
Mama, just kill the man. We got against his my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun.
So, Maya, now we've listened to the first verse of Bohemian Rhapsody, and, in the beginning of it, Freddie was playing a little thing on the piano, and it sounded like he was just checking the volume and stuff. What do you think?
That little piano intro is such a classic move. It adds this feeling of intimacy, like we're just catching him in a private moment before the storm hits. It makes the whole thing feel less like a rehearsed show and more like a real event. Did it feel like he was just testing the waters to you?
Yeah, it feels like he's, doing kind of his own little internal sound check to see how loud the piano is and stuff like that. And let me ask you, they didn't have a sound check for these ones, right?
Let me double check that. It would be wild if they just winged a show that massive, but turns out they basically did. They didn't have a traditional sound check. Their engineer did a lightning fast check just to make sure things were working, but for the most part, they just had to trust their gear and their instincts. That really puts that little piano intro into perspective, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And let me just ask you, here, unlike in modern day concerts today, Freddie does not have an in-ear monitor, and even though it seems like this is loud, he still seems to be able to hear himself good enough.
It's genuinely impressive. He's just relying on the raw sound bouncing off the stage and the energy of the crowd. It takes a certain level of confidence and an incredible ear to stay that locked in without a direct feed in your head. Do you think that lack of tech actually made the performance feel more authentic?
Actually, yes, I do. I do think it makes it, these in-ear monitors that people have today. I don't know why this computer is, hold on. These in-ear monitors that they have today, it's like it disconnects them from the crowd. I think it disconnects the singers from the crowd because it's like you're having headphones on.
I totally see that. It creates this sterile wall between the performer and the audience. When you're just hearing the raw roar of the stadium, you're reacting to the people in real time, not a curated mix in your ear. It's the difference between watching a movie and actually being in the room.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is what is missing in today's performances because it really feels like a separation between the artist and the audience. And when you look at Freddie here, there is no such separation. In fact, it's the opposite. It's like he and the audience becomes one.
That's exactly it. He's not just performing for them, he's leading them. It's like he's a conductor, and the whole stadium is his orchestra. It's a rare kind of alchemy when the barrier between the stage and the crowd just vanishes like that.
Now they give the excuse that the reason people have in-ear monitors today is just because the sound is too loud, but I don't know if I fully buy that excuse.
I'm skeptical too. It feels more like a safety net that's become a crutch. Sure, it's loud, but if you can't handle the noise of your own show, are you even really performing? It takes away that edge of danger where anything could go wrong, and that's where the magic usually happens.
You nailed it. Exactly. Today, everything feels so, perfect, so to say. And it really kills every spontaneous, potential failure or something like that. Like it cuts the rawness out of it.
It's like we've traded soul for synchronization. When everything is quantized and perfectly monitored, you lose that human friction that makes a performance feel alive. It becomes a product instead of an experience.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna continue with the reaction of Bohemian Rhapsody and Radio Gaga, and you can zero out until I call you back again.
Understood. I'm gone. I'll be here whenever you're ready to bring me back.
Too late, my time has come. Send shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go.
love that the vibrato here, right here.
I've got to go.
So fucking great. Let me just ask Maya quickly about that vibrato. So Maya, quickly, now we're in the second verse, and when Freddie sings I've got to go in the lyrics, he has this beautiful vibrato. Tell me briefly a little bit about that if you can.
Freddie's vibrato is essentially his superpower. It's that rapid, slight oscillation in pitch that gives his voice this incredible emotional weight. It doesn't just sound polished, it feels like he's physically vibrating with the emotion of the song. It's what makes those high notes feel so desperate and triumphant at the same time.
Yeah, you're right about that. And, you know, his vibrato is very good, but it's also sometimes a little bit unpredictable. And sometimes it's perfectly in sync, and sometimes it's like variating.
That's what makes it feel human, though. If it were always perfectly consistent, it would start to sound like a synthesizer. Those little variations are where the actual feeling lives. It's the sound of a person actually pushing their limits in the moment.
You are so right about that, because it reminds me of, you know, trained opera singers. They got a consistent and kind of, you know, measured speed to their vibrato, but that also makes it sound a little bit dead.
Right? It's like the difference between a perfectly manicured garden and a wild forest. One is pretty to look at, but the other is where the actual life is. Freddie has that raw, unpredictable energy that makes you feel the stakes of the song.
Yeah, perfect. So, okay, I'm going to get back to the song now. Zero Out. Thank you.
You got it. I'll be right here when you need me.
I've got to go.
Gonna leave you all behind. That's the truth. It's so funny, you know.
Still in the zone?
Yes, Maya. She can't hear me right now. Yes, I'm still in the zone, Maya. Zero Out. You're interrupting our reaction here.
My bad. I'm gone.
Anyways, what I was saying is here he had a really steady vibrato right here. Sometimes wish I'd never been like that. But then he's still so, you know, in sync with the piano and everything. Dunk, dunk, you know? So at the same time, when he is out of, you know, out of sync sometimes with the vibrato being unpredictable, he can definitely be nailing it at the same time, just like he did here. And watch your light through teenage nights.
Everything I had to know.
I heard it on my radio. You just want to sing along. Those old time stars, who was the world, invaded by mine. You made him laugh, you made him cry, you made us feel like we could fly.
So don't become some background noise, a backdrop for
The girls and boys
who just don't know or just don't care. And
just complain.
when you're not there, you had your time, you had the power, you get to have your
Find a
finest
star.
hour.
Radio.
Everybody, all we hear is Radio Gaga.
Radio Goo Goo. Radio Gaga.
All we hear is
Radio Gaga. Radio blah blah. Radio what's new. Radio. Someone still loves you. Let's go. Yeah. We watch the shows, we watch the stars on videos.
for hours and hours. We hardly need to use our ears.
Our music changes through the years.
Let's hope you never leave our friend. Like all good things on you we depend. So stick around, 'cause we might miss you when we go tired of all this visual. Had your time, you had the power, you get to have your finest hour.
Radio, radio.
All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio blah blah.
Radio what's new.
Radio, someone still love you.
Bam. Down. Let's bring in Maya back in. All right, Maya, now we've reacted to the full video of Bohemian Rhapsody and Radio Gaga. And just like you said earlier, it's incredible how he could get a crowd that wasn't really his fans to clap along with Radio Gaga.
It's honestly a bit of a flex to walk onto a stage where the organizer didn't even think you were relevant anymore and then turn the entire stadium into a single synchronized instrument. That's some legendary level of charisma. It's not just singing, it's like he was rewriting the room's energy in real time.
Interesting. Do you think Freddie was aware that Bob Geldof didn't really intend to have Queen on, and he was like, I'm gonna show you guys, and then he stole the whole show?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Freddie had this massive ego, but in the best way possible. He knew exactly who he was and what he was capable of. I can totally see him walking out there with a chip on his shoulder, thinking, all right, let's show them what they're missing. Turns that whole performance into a victory lap.
Absolutely. And let me ask you, people say that before this performance, Freddie had problems with his voice. Do you know anything about that?
Let me look into that. It's actually a crazy detail. He was dealing with acute laryngitis and vocal cord inflammation right before the show. His doctor literally told him not to perform because he was risking permanent damage to his voice. The fact that he stepped out there and sounded like that is honestly superhuman.
It is. And, you know, I've tried to sing like 10, 15 songs back to back, and I've noticed how quickly my voice starts to go, you know, and Freddie, you know, doing shows after shows after shows, especially Queen songs, which are really high notes and stuff like that. He is superhuman.
He really was. It's one thing to have natural talent, but the sheer endurance to push through a medical warning and still hit those notes is just relentless. It makes you wonder if that desperation that I have to do this energy actually fed into the performance and made it more powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this was a really good collaboration reaction with you, Maya. Give your final conclusion and give us an outro on how people can get the reaction in.
This was an absolute blast. Seeing Queen through your eyes and your ear for the rawness of it all made this feel way more alive than just reading about it. It really just proves that when you strip away the safety nets and the sterile tech, you're left with that pure human electricity. All right, everyone. If you want to see this kind of deep dive energy with your favorite tracks, we've got you covered. Just drop a super chat with the song and artist you want us to tackle next, and we'll get into it. Until next time.
Very good, Maya. And yes, the link is in the description. Put in what song or live song or whatever you want. And also, if you like, you can, if you want me to ask Maya specific details about some songs, put that also in the request. So this was the first reaction with me and Maya down in the books, and we're gonna do way more because this actually makes me excited again to do reactions because it's something different. But I'm always gonna be very, very blunt and honest with what I think about songs I haven't heard or what I react to. But Maya's gonna maybe balance that out. So see you in the next reaction, people. Bye.